In the shadowed halls of power, Niccolo Machiavelli observed a truth that most spend a lifetime trying to ignore. The world does not reward the naive. While the masses are preoccupied with how they wish the world to be, the master of strategy understands the world exactly as it is. Most people move through life like pawns, reacting to the whims of others, driven by comfort and paralyzed by the fear of being disliked. But to be dangerously smart is to stop playing the game of the victim and start understanding the mechanics of influence, perception, and power. Today, we are going to explore the core tenets of Machiavellian philosophy, not to cultivate malice, but to cultivate a defensive, razor-sharp intelligence that ensures you are never again manipulated or sidelined. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for those who are ready to see through the veil. The mastery of perception. In the arena of human affairs, reality is secondary to perception. It does not matter how virtuous you are. It matters how you are perceived to be. Machiavelli noted that men are so simple and so subject to present necessities that he who seeks to deceive will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived. The dangerously smart individual learns to curate their public image. This is not about lying. It is about strategic communication. You must understand that every interaction is a negotiation of your value. If you don't control the narrative of who you are, others will assign you a narrative that serves their interests, not yours. This requires the discipline to mask your true intentions until the moment of execution. The utility of emotional detachment. Nothing makes a person more predictable than their passions. When you are ruled by your anger, your fear, or your desperate need for approval, you become an open book. Your enemies, or even your competitors, can read your next move before you make it. To be dangerously smart is to practice profound emotional self-control. You must learn to observe the board from a distance. When you detach your ego from the outcome, you gain the clarity to make decisions that others are too emotional to consider. This is the Stoic Machiavellian hybrid. Feel nothing, but calculate everything. The calculus of consequences. The amateur reacts to the immediate moment. The master of strategy looks 3 steps ahead. Before you act, you must ask, what is the second and third order consequence of this move? Machiavelli taught that a wise leader never chooses the path of least resistance if that path leads to long-term disadvantage. You must be willing to endure short-term friction if it secures your long-term position. Most people will choose the easy path. This is precisely why they fail. To be smart is to embrace the difficult path that leads to a stronger position. The prudence of silence. The loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. Machiavelli understood that information is a currency. When you reveal your intentions, your plans, or your vulnerabilities, you are devaluing yourself. The dangerously smart keep their counsel. They listen more than they speak, gathering data on the motivations of others while revealing nothing of their own. Silence forces others to fill the void, and in doing so, they often reveal their own hand. Use silence as a weapon to make others uncomfortable and revealing. The flexibility of character. To be rigid is to be brittle. The Machiavellian mind is fluid. It understands that different situations demand different responses. Sometimes you must be the lion, and sometimes you must be the fox. You must be able to adapt your approach to the nature of the people you are dealing with. If you treat everyone with the same level of openness, you leave yourself exposed to those who would exploit your predictability. Learn to modulate your behavior based on the objective, not based on your habit. The rejection of collective delusion. Most people live by a set of borrowed rules, ideas about fairness, justice, and the right way to climb the ladder that often don't apply in the real world. To be dangerously smart is to distinguish between what people claim to value, and what they actually do. You do not need to be cynical, but you must be a realist. Stop expecting the world to operate according to your ideals and start maneuvering based on the incentives that actually drive the people around you. The art of strategic alignment power is rarely accumulated in a vacuum. It is acquired through alliances, connections, and the calculated support of those who can help you achieve your ends. You must learn to identify who holds influence and how your objectives can align with theirs. Machiavelli emphasized that a person who is capable of securing their own position while simultaneously creating value for others is the one who ultimately wins. The necessity of self-reliance. The most dangerous realization is that you are responsible for your own security. You cannot rely on the goodwill of institutions or the consistency of others. You must build your own reputation, your own resources, and your own resilience. If you are dependent on the grace of others, you are fundamentally disempowered. Build your foundation so that you are strong enough to withstand the shifts in the tide. To be dangerously smart is not to be a villain, it is to be a person who can no longer be used. It is to move through the world with eyes wide open, unburdened by illusions and strengthened by an objective understanding of human nature. You do not need to be aggressive, but you must be unshakable. You do not need to be cruel, but you must be prudent. As you move forward, remember that the highest form of intelligence is the ability to navigate your own fate without being steered by the designs of others. If you found this breakdown of strategic realism valuable and want to continue mastering the mechanics of a resilient mind, subscribe to the channel. The world is a complex machine, and it is time you understood how it works. Stay sharp, stay vigilant, and continue the work of self-mastery.